At one point I was using a lot of hair dye, and what happened to me was that I started getting like a thinning going on, loss of hair. Not only did I have a loss of hair, but I also found that I had a flake, a weird, it's called overtoxicity from hair dye. And what happened was I was getting this scaling on the back of my scalp. It was quite awful. And at that moment I realized hair dye was no longer for me. That was 10 years ago. And I have never used hair dye since then. And what I'd like to share with you is how I recovered through henna. You can see that I have some mixed here. Now it's a brown, blondish type of mix. I recommend, number one, use boiling water, scalding hot water when you mix henna. Mix it in a little cup and then allow it to cool. And if you have an itchy scalp and you are trying to recover from hair dye, I just use a little drop of tea tree oil, not much. Sometimes a little bit of eucalyptus conditioner, shampoo, just a tiny bit mixed in with the henna. So those are some of my tips for great results. Fantastic thick hair. No more thinning from hair dye. I can't tell you how happy I am that I feel I won't get cancer from hair dye and all of its toxic chemicals. I wouldn't even imagine how they tested on animals. I don't even want to go there. You'll need a box of Kleenex to wipe. If you mix it too thin, you will get a little bit of running down, and I kind of don't like that. So what I do is I try to mix it just to the right consistency, which is so it gets in there, but yet it's thick enough that it holds in place. So you have to figure out your own consistency, but it's pretty easy. It's not too hard at all. But I do keep Kleenex, and I just wipe it around my face. And I leave it on for a good half hour. I let it dry, almost kind of dry out a bit. So my next biggest tip is that I don't wash it all out. I leave half of it on my head almost. I leave like a film, and I let that stay on my scalp for a while, so that those flowers, hibiscus, and all those flowers can work, which is really neat. The aloe vera needs to sit on the scalp and do its healing thing. It's wonderful. What I found was that henna was hard to find in Canada, and I ended up ordering mine from Pakistan directly. Mine came with yellow tape that the border officials had opened it, and that's fine with me. It came to me fresh from Pakistan, and I actually ordered like 4 bags of it because I thought like it may be hard to get in the future or something like that. I believe it is available online, and I did purchase mine through eBay. My hair, after taking like about half the henna off and just like lightly rinsing it off, and then I let it dry, and my hair just becomes thick, and it's like there is no shampoo on the market that can do what henna does. And then I think, my scalp is making a full recovery after 10 years. My scalp is healthy, my roots are thicker, and my hair doesn't fall out. The health advantages are for women, for men. If men want to use henna, like, go right ahead. It's cool. All right, so I hope that you enjoy this video on my channel. I am not a health freak, but almost. My last piece of pertinent advice and plea is to stop using hair dye. especially, you know, the main name brands that really must be strong. My theory is they're strongly linked to breast cancer because, I mean, the toxicity would certainly go through the bloodstream, and other types of cancer. I don't want to spend my life, my last couple years of life, or even in the immediate future, I don't want to spend my life in the hospital, and I don't want to go through cancer. And it's time to say no to chemicals and go back to the ways of the earth. And this is one way that, you know, you can do that. Enjoy.